So I believe March 13th or March 14th of 2020, we got shut down here in New York. So now everyone's home and we're doing school online. I myself was also still in school, so I was doing my schooling and the kids' schooling all at the same time. So of course it was like full send, wiping everything down like crazy. No one was allowed to leave. None of us left the house. Groceries got delivered. You wiped down the physical groceries, the boxes, everything was done. And doing all that, like, I understood. No one really knew what was going on. Everything was pretty wild. But then, slowly, things started opening up again. I mean, I understood it was like 6 feet apart. You had to wear your mask and stuff. It was like outdoor only stuff first. Like that, I understand. But things started to slowly open up. So even though things were starting to open up, I personally still was not allowed to leave the house. Everyone else could leave and everyone else left, except me. I was the only one not allowed. The mom would go to Starbucks or Dunkin'. The kids went to their friend's house. They could only stay outside. They were not allowed to be inside the house, but they could be outside at their friend's house on the front lawn, hanging out in like a little group of friends, maybe like 4 of them. They had to be social distanced apart. And I had to ask, 23 years old, I had to ask if I could go see my friends for an hour or something, social distance apart, outside, small group. It was, no, you're not allowed to leave. The dad would say things like, you don't understand what's really going on, like you're still young. He'd be like, your age range, because I was 23, is more like prone or susceptible. It's like if you go out, you won't get sick, but you can still carry it, and then you come back and then we'll all get sick and die. That's what he would say to me. Another thing he said to me one time I had to go pick up my birth control. My order was ready. I had like the new 3-month script, and I was like, oh, like, I have to run to CVS. Like, and I'll come right back. The drive-through of CVS, of course. And he was like, well, what do you need at CVS? I'll pick it up for you. And I was like, I have to go pick up my birth control. And he was like, well, why would you need birth control? You can't leave my house. You're not having sex. Think of like the uncomfortable, like how uncomfortable is that? Like, I was like, so I'm sure you guys can figure out that COVID time was not in any way a good time or fun time with this family. So we will get into more stuff next week, more stories and more things that went on that then eventually led up to me putting in my 2 weeks with this family. So thank you all for watching and have a blessed